Python has several built-in functions that are ready for us to use. We've actually already talked about a few of them, not necessarily calling them out as explicitly as functions, but we've seen them. If you go out and visit docs.python.org, you don't have to worry about the 3 there. Just docs.python.org. You hit that page, you're going to be taken into the Python documentation, whatever the current version is there. Now you got all sorts of great information up here. What I want to show you, if I do a quick search and I look for built-in functions, oops, not 2 hyphens, just 1, built-in functions, I'll hit the go button. Now it's going to come up with all sorts of stuff inside of there, but I'm looking for one in specific. It's number 2, built-in functions. If I click on that, this is going to take me into a page of all the built-in functions that Python, at least the most up-to-date version of Python, contains. And you can see that there's a number of them in there. And we've used some of these. Let's see if we just take a quick peek. We got the dictionary. We've got the float. We've got len. Remember that one? We got help. We got dir. We got the string. We got the tuple. We got range. I think that's one that we're going to talk about later on. And we got several of them in there. I want to talk about one specifically here that's going to help you out with working with files. There's a function in here called open. Now, if I click on this, it's going to give me a little bit of information about working with the open function within Python. So you can see here, open file and return a corresponding file object. If the file cannot be opened, an error is raised. Okay, we'll talk about that. And it gives you some more information. There's some information about the arguments that you pass into the open function and a bit more. There's all sorts of information up here. Great resource for you to go to. You want to go out and research and learn a little bit more about Python and various keywords and functions and whatnot. Visit this site. Again, it was just docs.python.org. And you can do a quick search or read through the table of contents that they have there. So great resource, but we're going to talk about it here. We're going to get into the open method, and this is going to allow us to open and work with files. Here we're going to talk about text files that are located on our computer. So let me get rid of this screen. All right, so open in front of you, I've got the Python shell, and I've got just a new document there. I've called this open text file. It's a Python file. Now, this is going to be really simple. We're going to take a look at utilizing the open function that we just saw there to be able to open up a file on the computer. Let me bring that file up in front of you here. It's just a simple little text file. It's got some months in there, and it's got some monthly sales amounts. So as you can see, it's a simple document. But it's a text file. It's something I open up inside a notepad or inside of a general editor, text editor. So to open that file, all I'm going to do is I'm going to create a variable because later on I want to be able to use the file in some way within my program. And I'll make that variable equal to the open function. And the open function, you can see that there's a few arguments in there that we can take advantage of. For right now, I'm going to use the first 2. I'm going to tell it the file name, and it's a string. So inside of quotes, I'll tell it it's sales_data.txt. And then I'm going to tell it the mode to open the document in, whether it's read mode, write mode, or pen mode. So here I'll say the name of the document. In my case, it is sales_data.txt. And I'm going to put it inside of read mode. So I'm going to use the R character. And that's it. This little function right here is doing most of the work. All we're doing is making a call to the function, open, and we're passing in 2 arguments. The name of the file that we want to open and the mode we want to open it in. Now this isn't going to do much, at least displayed on our screen, but this one little bit of code is going to give us access to that file. So I'm going to save this. I'm going to hit F5 on my keyboard to execute the module. And you can see that no errors were returned. It restarted my shell environment. And that document is now open that we can now get access to its content. So like I said, simple little operation. The open method, which is built into Python, does it all for us. We've now got access to that document. and it's stored inside of the f variable. Let's try something here. I'll say print, and I'm going to print out the type of f. So let's save that, F5 again. All right, class, IO, text IO wrapper. So this IO input output, and we've got a text file. What do you think of that? Pretty simple. Now, the next thing we're going to take a look at is being able to read the content of that file. It's one thing to open it, but now you're going to want to do something with it. So try this out first, get that document, even print out the type there, and then let's take a look at the next video and see how you can start working with the content within that file.